The good news is, it's not too late. We can turn things around. To do that, we need new, fresh leadership. Leadership with big, bold ideas from outside of Washington. The kind of leadership that knows how to get things done, like we've done here in Wisconsin. Since I've been governor, we took on the unions and we won. We lowered taxes by $2 billion. In fact, we lowered taxes on individuals, on employers, and property owners. Property taxes today are lower than they were 4 years ago. How many other governors can say that? Since I've been governor, we passed lawsuit reform and regulatory reform. We defunded Planned Parenthood and passed pro-life legislation. We enacted castle doctrine and concealed carry so we can protect ourselves, our families, and our property. And we now require a photo ID to vote in this state. If our reforms can work in a blue state like Wisconsin, they can work anywhere in America. Sadly, though, Washington seems to think that success is measured by how many people are dependent on the government. We measure success by just the opposite, by how many people are no longer dependent on the government. Yeah. We understand that true freedom and prosperity do not come from the mighty hand of the government. They come from empowering people to control their own lives and their own destinies to the dignity that is born of work. Of work. That's what we stand for. To ensure that prosperity, we need to be for a pro-growth economic plan that enables our individuals and our families to earn, to save, and to achieve their piece of the American dream. Now, there's a real contrast out there. Instead of the top-down, government knows the best approach that you hear from so many in Washington, we need to build the economy from the ground up in a way that's new and fresh, organic and dynamic, that says, as long as you don't violate the health and safety of your neighbor, go out and start your own career, build your own business, live your own life. You see, that's freedom. The kind of freedom that's the cornerstone of the American dream. And so we've got a plan to help more people live that dream. A plan that will help more people create more jobs and higher wages. And you know what it starts with? We need to repeal Obamacare once and for all. Many of you here know when I first became governor, I literally allowed the state to join the federal lawsuit against Obamacare on my very first day. We need a president who on the first day will call on the Congress to once and for all repeal Obamacare entirely. We are an energy-rich country, and we can literally start refueling our economic recovery. We need a president who on day one will approve the Keystone Pipeline. I believe that every child deserves access to a great education, be it at a traditional public, or a charter, or a choice, or a private, or a virtual, or a home school education. Every child deserves access to a great education. That's why I want to work, and you know what? Along with that, I want to make sure we have high standards. But those standards should be set at the local level. No Common Core, no nationwide school board. We need to terminate that deal on the very first day in office. Put in place crippling economic sanctions on Iran and convince our allies to do exactly the same thing. We can start by lifting the political restrictions on our military personnel already in Iraq and empower them to help our Kurd and Sunni allies reclaim the territory taken by ISIS, because you know what? On behalf of your children and mine, I'd rather take the fight to them instead of wait till they bring the fight to us. Putin believes in the old Lenin principle that you probe with bayonets. If you find mush, you push. Under Obama and Clinton, Putin has found a whole lot of mush over the last few years. The United States needs a foreign policy that will put steel in front of our enemies. We need to stop China's cyber attacks, slow their advances into international waters, and speak out about their abysmal human rights record. And so, after a great deal of thought and a whole lot of prayer, we are so honored to have you join with us here today as we officially announce that we are running to serve as your President of the United States of America.